I started having a full-blown panic attack. My heart was beating out of my chest, like it was pounding. I started crying and I did not know why I was crying because I didn't want to cry. I was like in shock. Like I can never forget the first feeling I had when I looked underneath the water. Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Let me welcome myself back to my channel because it's been a long time since I did a sit down beauty / chatty video, and today that's what it's going to be. So I have spoken a lot in this video, so get ready. Honestly, it's gonna take a while. I catch you up on a lot of things and I also show you how to get this makeup look. And you must be wondering, this look you show every time. No, I recently in the past week have had such dry flaky skin, you guys, like literal flakes coming out of my skin, and you guys were battling this as well. So my skin has now come back to its normal state, and I want to tell you what products I used and what you can do in case you want to wear makeup when you have problematic skin, basically dry skin. Okay, so I'm taking you through that process and I'm showing you how you can get a very light application of makeup, some tips and tricks on what you should avoid, what you should put. So stick around, you're gonna enjoy, especially for my dry skin girls like me. I have learned so much in this past week about beauty, makeup, skincare. It's been a lot, yeah. And I can tell you one thing, that it is honestly simpler than we think. You know, we try and overcomplicate it by adding thousands of things on our skin, and honestly it's just one or two products that you need to change and things like that. So I'm sharing with you my experience and in my opinion what works. And yeah, I catch you up on my Maldives trip, on my dentist experience, and also on my new collaboration with an exciting brand. So yeah, if you want to stick around, then please keep watching. Alright, so let's prep the skin. My skin is doing a little bit better since last week. You guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I had really a dry phase last week. After coming back from Goa, I was literally flaking around my nose. Okay, when I say flaking, I was like, what just happened to my skin? It was like dehydrated, and around my mouth when I smile, you could literally see those dry lines, smile lines, and I usually don't have those, but now it's so much better. It was very crusty and I was feeling very dehydrated. I was having Naryal pani, I was drinking water, but I just feel like it was the season, and I put it out on stories and a lot of you were going through the same exact thing. So I just gave it some time. I put a lot of moisturizers on my skin. I didn't overload it with skincare because I realized that when I was putting skincare, my skin was burning. Did y'all notice that as well when you were putting makeup on your dry skin? Does that happen to you? Because it really was stinging around my cheek, and I was like, well, something is up, something's not going right. So I just allowed time to pass, and I was not doing too much skincare. I was just putting one moisturizer. It was the collagen and pomegranate moisturizer from the Face Shop, and then I was using the Clinique Dramatically Different moisturizer, and then I was trying some beauty oils. And all of this was in gap of days because I wanted to see what was suiting me and what moisturizer was staying on my skin. So this one night when I came back home, I saw my skin and I'm like, girl, I can't anymore, okay? I can't even put makeup because makeup on uneven skin and dry skin is very unflattering. You can literally see the lines of my makeup, okay? And I was like, this is not helping. I don't know what to do, but I definitely want a mask before going to bed. So I just looked up into my front drawer over here, okay, and I found the Clinique Moisture Surge. I'm not getting paid to say this. Honestly, I freaking love this product. I've been using it for over years, and I was like, you know what, let me try this, since I've been trying a lot of creams. This is the 72-hour auto replenishing hydrator. If you have dry skin, this is going to change your skin. Trust me when I tell you, overnight my skin became hydrated. I was like, this is what I was missing. So what I did is, I didn't apply this as a moisturizer, which I usually do. I applied this as a thick mask. So what I did is I dunked my hands in and I just lathered it on. I didn't rub it in. I just layered it on like a thick mask, and I just went to bed. Girl, when I tell you, I woke up with it was gone. My dry skin was no longer dry. I still had dry skin, but it was not flaky dry anymore. It just instantly moisturized the crap out of my skin, and I was like, this is what I was missing all along. Trust me, if you were like me, who's dealing with dry, flaky skin, and you're just like, I cannot deal with this anymore, no moisturizer is doing it for me, just get this. You get the mini versions as well, so try and get the small tub, see if it suits your skin. But I guarantee you that it is going to change your life. I had to mention this little bit because a lot of you were asking me if there was anything that helped my dry skin, so I had to mention this before I jump into the video and start doing my skincare. This video is going to be a lot of things, okay? Skincare, story time, like everything, okay? Alright, so since I'm talking about the Clinique Moisture Surge, I'd rather just apply this because I'm applying very less makeup today on my skin, just to show you what you can do if you don't want too much makeup. So first product is this right here. It's the Clinique Moisture Surge. What a product, you guys. Okay, now I'll show you what I did for my nighttime. So what I did is, you just lather it on like, oh girl, it's like your skin is drinking it. Just like that, and do that all over your skin and just go to bed like this. Okay, so now I'm not masking, so I'm just gonna just rub it into my skin really well. This will help your dry skin, and how. Alright, let me start talking about some stuff that I wanted to catch you up on. Okay, so I just got back from my Maldives trip. You guys know it. It was amazing. It was out of this world, you guys. I'm going to put up a vlog, you know that. So a vlog is coming really soon, so I don't want to like talk much about it because it's gonna kill the excitement of the vlog. It was so much fun. Let me just tell you, it was beautiful. It was literally living like on another planet. It was heaven. It was heaven on earth. It was paradise. There were trees, there were greens. I went to Suneva Fushi. So the resort sort of invites influencers and people like that to sort of experience the resort, and then, you know, to just tell the people that, you know what, they're open and they're COVID free. The whole resort is COVID free, and it was so beautiful. They have this rule, or just like a thing where you don't wear shoes in the resort. It's just bare feet, and the resort is massive. Okay, so all we did was, I took 3 pairs of shoes. I'm like, I'm gonna like, you know, wear my heels, and well, I didn't wear any shoes. I didn't even take it out because you only had to walk bare feet. We were tested 3 times, okay? Once in Mumbai before leaving, then once at the resort, and then once before leaving the resort. So there was like so much COVID tests happening to make sure that, you know, you are COVID free, the island is COVID free, and you're going back safe as well. It was lovely not having to wear masks, can I tell you? Like, we were just roaming around. Once the test results came negative in Maldives, they were like, you can just roam around without your mask, you don't need to do anything. And it was so freeing. It was like finally living the life pre-COVID. So that was fun. We ate amazing food and we just relaxed, enjoyed the ocean. The water was beautiful. It was raining, however, in Maldives. It was a very unusual situation. They're like, it never rains in Maldives that much, but it was like thundering. We had one sunny day, which we enjoyed a lot. Okay, so I'm just gonna add one more moisturizer on top. I'm gonna add the Colorbar Waterbomb. This is the Magic Water Creme. So it's best if you apply just like 2 to 3 hydrating products on your skin if you're going for a very like skin-like makeup with very minimal product. And we did a lot of amazing things. We met amazing people during the trip. There was another German travel influencer. We hung out with her, and there was another travel guy who was from LA, and it was just like a very fun, comfortable you know, resort. There was no like formality or anything. It was literally you were walking on an island full of like family people, and there were bunnies all around. You guys, if you follow me on stories, you know exactly what my trip was. But wait for the vlog, you are going to love it. The amount of beauty in Maldives. Anyway, it was amazing. And I went snorkeling, you guys. For the first time I went snorkeling. I am usually not adventurous. I'm super scared of water, like diving in, creatures, skydiving. Like, I'm not a very adventurous person. I like to stay on land, and that is it. But I thought snorkeling would be okay. I'd just be at the shore, but they took us so far in the middle of the ocean into the reefs, and they're like, okay, jump. And I'm like, no. you want me to jump in the middle of the ocean? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't even know how to swim. So I don't know how to swim very well. Like, if you put me in the middle of the ocean, can I survive? I don't think so. I don't have the skills to sort of balance myself on water. Okay. So they put like a life vest on me, and the other 4, including Akila, great swimmers, so they went without the floats. I was wearing those long fins, and I'm like, I'm about to jump into the ocean. My heart was like beating so fast. I was like breathing so fast. I'm just like, oh my god, like this is crazy. Anyway, let me move on to the makeup, otherwise I'm gonna just stay stuck. Okay, so after moisturizer, what you want to do is sort of put on a pore filling primer. You want to make sure that your skin is also like flawless. So for that reason, I'm going to use the Benefit Professional Primer. I absolutely love this primer. It's really, really good. It just like blurs up the skin, and there are amazing primers like the Colorbar one. There is the Smashbox pore minimizing primer. So there are quite the NYX pore filler primer. Yeah, that's what it's called. I love pore filling primers. I feel like it really evens out and smooths the bumps on your skin. So I'm just gonna tap that in. So what I'm gonna do is begin with concealer. I'm gonna put the lightest bit of concealer. I have a lot of darkness around here, as we all do, and around my mouth as well. I'm taking the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is in the shade Pure Beige. You guys know I absolutely love this. Use whatever concealer is your favorite go-to concealer. And what you want to do is start applying just a little bit. Now, when you're dealing with dry skin and you don't want to apply too much makeup, that's just stay away from a lot of product, okay? So just a little bit wherever you think there's darkness, and then we'll add more if needed. Also, I recommend using a beauty sponge or your fingers rather than a brush, because the brush will flake off the skin every time you try to brush your concealer on. So I don't recommend using brushes if you have dry skin. You can tap it with your finger like this. This is going to sort of, be very calm and gentle on the skin. So I think either a beauty sponge or your finger. And this is by the drugstore company. It's an amazing beauty sponge. So I'm just again going to blend it. The softer you are with your skin when you have dry skin, the better your skin is going to look, okay? Okay, what else? Yeah, so we went snorkeling, and it was, you need to stick with me for this moment, because I was breathing so heavily. I was holding the floater and I was wearing the vest, okay? And there was a marine biologist like with us, and there were 2 other people. They're like, don't worry, nothing is gonna happen to you. And I was like, okay. I take my first jump and I grab onto the tube, and I'm like, I'm having a massive panic attack. I'm like breathing like, oh my god, oh my god. And she's like, relax, relax, in the middle of the ocean, okay? And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, you can go back anytime. The boat is right here. Breathe. I got you. And I'm wearing these big ass glasses and that pipe thing. And I was like, I need to calm down. I need to calm down. She's like, take your time. Take your time. Whenever something like, if I'm scared of something, I just instantly, my breathing changes like all of us. But I lose control. So, and then I always bring it back to my senses that, Maz, breathe, breathe. Okay, so I was like, I slowed down my breathing after like 2-3 minutes. I was allowing time to pass because I knew I needed to calm down. You can't enjoy things if you're under stress, okay? And I was in the middle of the ocean. When I tell you that's a big deal for me, I would not even go to the pool that is around 6 feet. Like, I would just stay where it's knee length or chest length at the max, okay? A pool. So imagine just the boat going in the middle of the ocean and just jumping in. You don't know what's underneath. Like, I don't know what creature is underneath. Anyway, coming back, she's like, okay, are you ready to look underneath? And I'm like, okay, I'm ready. She's like, breathe through your mouth, don't breathe through your nose, and there's a pipe above. You'll do fine. You have a floater. You will not drown. And then I realized I was floating, right? So I was feeling a sense of comfort, and her words were comforting me. And then I take my first look into the ocean. I remember crying. I looked down and I started crying. What? Guys. And then I came back up and I'm like, beautiful. Like, I was spellbound. I don't even know. I was speechless. I was like, what? Guys, it was beautiful. It was like a drawing. There were reefs. I looked down and I saw these beautiful fish. just like swimming. And I was like in shock. Like, I can never forget the first feeling I had when I looked underneath the water. And then I looked down and I was screaming in excitement. You will hear it in the vlog. I was like, oh my god. And she was laughing. Everyone was like, you're having fun, it's special, right? I was like, it is the most special moment ever. And then we snorkeled for 45 minutes and I could not get enough. I was like, I don't want to get off the water, I want to see more. And the float gave me so much comfort. Like, I was holding on to the tube and her all the time just for my like mental comfort. I was looking down, I saw green fluorescent neon fish, I saw lobsters, we saw turtles, I saw 5,000 yellow fish coming together as a cluster, you know like in Finding Nemo, and there's this big giant fish who's like leading them, and he was literally like having a dialogue with the fish, and the fish were like following him everywhere, and I was like, oh no. Anyway, you can see how excited I am. Anyway, so that was an incredible experience for me personally, and I feel like I am going to go snorkeling in my life every time. I don't know about diving, it's a little too extreme for me, but snorkeling, you're like above the surface, you know. It was incredible. I highly recommend snorkeling for all of you, even if you're scared of a shark is going to come away. They take you to the safest parts, they take you to the reefs, and you're only above the surface of the water, so you're not going underneath. You have to see it. If you want. There's a sense of peace and calm when I was looking down. I forgot everything, and it was like I wanted to cry, and I cried, and oh, it's an overwhelming feeling. It's a whole other world out down under the water, you guys. Shit, all your problems seem so small when you're looking at those fish and God's creation. Like, when I look at those fish, when I look at the creation, when I look at the vast waters, the endless horizon, I'm just like, wow, God's creation is just beyond. It's speechless, it's unfathomable. When I see it, I'm just like, man, how could you not believe that there's a creator? You know what I'm saying? It's like when you see a beautiful painting, you're like, an artist had to have made this. So when I see the world and when I saw that, I'm like, there is a God that created this, and that is it. That's all I know, and I'm just like, there has to be, and there is. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it makes you believe in God so much more. You're like, that is a creation. This cannot exist just like that. It's like, oh, so many feelings. Okay, coming back to the makeup, I put a little bit of concealer. Now it's sort of like even out, but I feel like I need a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This is in the shade Amber. And I'm just going to apply that a little bit. Now this is a slightly thicker but a full coverage concealer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just apply this in the inner corner to give me some brightness. And I'm going to put on foundation just a little bit, but just concealing the main like concerns on the face. Again, I'm using the slightest bit, and when I tell you, you need to blend it out, just take your time. This will give you like more coverage and more brightness as compared to this. Can you see this side versus this side? You need to be very smart about applying makeup when you have problematic skin. Okay, now for foundation, I'm going to take very little of the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This foundation has been my favorite foundation, and when I tell you, I finished this bottle entirely. Okay, I'm in the shade 2.22 and it is over, mommy. There is a little bit left, but this is another bottle I have right here in 2.22, and I cannot get enough of this foundation. It's a beautiful, perfect blend of like hydrating. It's not like greasy, you know, greasy foundation. It's a beautiful formula. And just take my beauty sponge and blend, blend, blend. Okay, it's going to give you like an even skin tone, because if you just apply concealer and leave the rest of your skin, it's going to look very odd. You're going to see it in the daylight, if not in your house. It's going to be a very stark demarcation between applying concealer and no makeup, right? Because there's a difference in the skin and product. So make sure you're applying a little bit and evening out your entire face, okay? So again, you can do this with your finger, sponge. Alright, so coming back, yes, that was one of the most incredible experiences I have ever had, and I'm so proud. Like, Akhil was like, I'm so proud of you, babe. Like, trust me, I would not have done this if it wasn't for like the float and the comfort of the diver that was like, you got this, like, I'm here and nothing's gonna, like, I need the fluff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need someone to assure like nothing's gonna happen to you, I'm here for you. Like, I need that, you know. I can't just be like, oh, just jump, don't be a like loser. Like, I can't deal with that shit. Okay, so now that my face is done, I'm going to set my face. And you want to pay attention to this bit because trust me, I was experimenting so much with powders when my skin was flaking off. My under eye was looking so crusty, like I was 60 years old. Like, I'm not even kidding. When you have dry skin, it ages you 20 years forward. Like, you feel like, yep, I'm aged, okay? And to keep it youthful, you have to maintain the hydration in the skin. So that means very minimal powder products, okay? And I need to set my eyes when it comes to concealer because if I don't set my eyes, it will crease. So it's a very tricky line between using powder and not using powder. So what I recommend is I'm gonna take the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is the one I love and I've been using for a long time. Don't try and over conceal and put a like high coverage foundation. You don't need all of that when you're struggling with problematic skin. It's okay. It's normal. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is pick a little bit of powder and just stop here. Okay, that's all that you will do. So I'm kind of baking because that's what I like, but I stopped right here because this is where I crease a lot and I have to bake. Okay, so the rest of my face, what I'm gonna do is whatever's remaining on my beauty sponge, the powder, I'm just gonna go over it very slightly. Very slightly. You will not put powder on your entire face. Just do not do it. Do not do it. Okay, picking up powder again on my beauty sponge. I'm going to tap it at the back of my hand and I'm just going to slightly set my face. Okay, this will ensure that your makeup will last, but you're not looking crusty. Okay, we don't want to look crusty. So the hydration is still going to peek through. You're still going to see a beautiful glowing skin. And then we have setting spray, which I'm going to, of course, use in a bit. Okay. So you want to get rid of your crease. Okay, so I'm taking my brush. I'm taking the Smith 104 brush. And I'm just going to now get rid of my bake. This has sat for 15 seconds on my face. I'm not going to make it sit more than that. Okay, you will still see some creasing, but don't worry about it. We're human beings. We are going to have wrinkles, lines and all of that. Our idea is to minimize it the best way possible. Okay, we can't get rid of dark circles, get rid of lines. That's not what our objective is with makeup. Okay, I'm trying this brow pencil for the first time. It's the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. This is in the number 5. Okay, let me continue my story. Okay, that was Maldives. I'm not going to talk more about Maldives because I want you to see the vlog and it's worth the wait, trust me. Let me come back to the story that you really want me to talk about and you've been waiting for a while. My dentist story. The first time I got my wisdom tooth removal, and I need you guys to hear exactly what I felt because I know a lot of you. I got so many DMs of girls telling me how scared they were and they were getting their wisdom tooth removal. It's so common. It's common than like flu. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna get my wisdom tooth removal tomorrow. Like, I got at least 100 DMs of y'all getting your wisdom tooth removal appointment and everyone's getting them removed. So I'm glad that I wasn't alone in this. And can I tell you, you guys gave me the encouragement. Like, I drew so much strength from you when I was going to the dentist and when I was just reading your DMs because a lot of you have already removed your wisdom tooth and you're like, Mals, don't worry, go ahead with it. We're with you. It's pain-free. Let me tell you my story. Okay, so this is the side. I woke up one day and I had like a lot of pain at the back of my gums, okay? And I was like, well, I'm just gonna let it be. I'm just gonna do some like mouthwash and you know, it's maybe some tooth infection. And I was trying to run away from not the dentist, you know. I was trying like not to go to the dentist because I run away from all doctors, darling. Like, I just do not with doctors make me so nervous. Like when I see a hospital, I start sweating. Even when I go to the hospital with someone and it's not me that has the appointment, I sweat. I don't know, there's this nervousness. My hand turns white and cold, and I don't know, there's something about hospitals. Maybe I didn't have a good experience as a child. I don't know. Okay, there's something that is not allowing me to like be completely brave when it comes to hospitals. I was like, you know what, let's avoid it, la la la, and I just avoided it. And trust me, you can't run away from your problems. Ek na ek din it's going to come back and like bite you in the ass. You gotta face it and get rid of it. Okay. And in the lockdown, way like back in June, I believe, I'm not sure when the month was, my left side over here happened twice to me. Like I had like a swollen jaw, and like there was some pus at the back of, like it was getting infected, okay, but it went away. Didn't do anything about it. I'm like, ah, cool, it went away, this one will go too. But this was paining, like I could not eat. And when I saw behind, it was like my gums, like against my wisdom tooth, were all chewed up. I don't know what it was. It was infected because of the food I was eating. She told me like it kept getting stuck and it was infecting the gums. And also my upper wisdom tooth is jutted out, so it scrapes against my inner cheek. So that irritates me as well. So I was having like a whole thing over here. Okay, so I was like, anyway, I have this app called Practo. So I have a membership there, and I wanted to consult someone online before actually going to a dentist. So what I did is I got on a video call with the doctor, and I spoke to her, and I'm like, I'm having like major pain issues. What can I do? She's like, if this pain doesn't go away, you have to see a dentist. You need to get an x-ray. Please don't run away from this. And she kind of encouraged me to go to the dentist. So I was like, you know what, okay, fine, I'm doing this, I'm going to the dentist. So one of my school friends from long ago, she DM'd me and she's like, there's this dentist I go to very close around your area, try her. I got my wisdom tooth removal like recently and it was pain-free, and I trust this friend. So I was like, thank you so much. I booked an appointment and I went to see her. You guys saw that in the vlog, right? I go to the doctor and she tells me I have to get my wisdom tooth removed. Okay, she's like, it's better that you remove it because then it's not going to bother you. Just like tackle it once and for all and you're pain free. And a lot of you were telling me the same. You're like, Mars, just get it removed. It's basically useless and it's going to bother you and infect you all along. And I'm sure a lot of you are going through this at this moment right now, and you're feeling alone and you're scared of doctors and dentists especially. What I feel is like you need to go to the right dentist, because I went to another dentist previously and it was not, I wasn't feeling the vibe. If you don't feel the vibe with the dentist, just leave. You don't have to get the surgery done. Just whenever you are completely ready, that's when you get it done, okay? So I went to this earlier dentist and I just didn't feel the love and the warmth and the fluff, okay? It was just like, okay, I think we'll do a surgery. You can come by like in an hour, we'll get it done. And I was like, no, I need time to think. I need you to tell me what you're going to do to me. I need the fluff. And when I say the fluff, I need the, it's going to be fine. It's not going to have pain. Like I told you before, I need those words. I need the love, the warmth. I need that kind of service when I'm going to a place. So anyway, coming back to the surgery, she was so sweet. Her name is Dr. Vaishali. She was so incredibly sweet. She's like, we'll remove it. I'll call for the surgeon and you can do it today, because I was leaving for Goa the following week and I needed to heal before that trip. So I had to do it like stat at that moment. So I was like, okay, fine, let's do it. Once I get on board, I'm like, let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna put some Benefit Brow Gel. This is a 3D brow tone. Okay, so I was at the seat of the surgery, okay? Let me tell you exactly how I felt, okay? She was like, I'm gonna hold your hand throughout the surgery, like, don't worry about it. My mom went with me, so that was super sweet. Like, I need someone with me, okay? Okay, before beginning the story, I'm gonna tell you my next steps, because we have to move on with the makeup. Okay, so what I'm gonna do for my contour, I'm not gonna do much. Like I said earlier, we're gonna stick to very light product application. All I'm going to do is, I'm gonna take the L'Oreal Back to Bronze bronzer right here. This is like a beautiful neutral bronzer slash contour powder that you can use. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna contour my nose a little bit because it's gonna give me some shape. Alright, so I contoured my nose like slightly, just the slightest bit, and I'm gonna take the beauty sponge, go over it. Now, if you absolutely need to contour your face, you can go ahead and do that, but if you don't need to, you should absolutely skip this step. Okay? Just at the outer corner, just to give some definition. Slightest amount of definition, because we're reducing the face products on the face. Okay? Lesser the products, the healthier your skin is going to look. Just hit on the temple, slightly on the jaw, and that is it. So not much contouring, just a little bit of definition is what you need. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, for my next step, I'm going to apply a setting spray. So I'm taking the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This is silicone free, alcohol free and oil free. It's a great product whenever I'm feeling super dry. I sprayed the shit out of this on my face. Like, I went ham on this with every step, and it melted down a lot of the powder products that I was putting, which helps a lot. So I'm gonna take this, okay, and you're gonna allow it to soak in. Any like primer water, setting spray, alcohol free is going to be your best friend if you have dry flaky skin. I throw this in my purse and I cannot do without it. This is the bigger bottle and this is the smaller bottle. I need this wherever I go because I feel very dry around my mouth. Okay, so I'm gonna go, and now it is completely looks like skin. It looks so good. Alright, so I'm about to put a cream blush on my skin. Like I said, you want to reduce the amount of powder that you're putting on your skin. So I'm taking the Estee Lauder cream blush. It's the only cream blush I sort of have. This is in Alluring Pink. So you can take any cream blush or a very light application of powder blush, okay? So I'm gonna put this at the back of my hand. This is how you use cream blush. You don't apply it directly on your skin. That is not a good way to do it because you will disturb the other products below. So I'm taking the butt of my beauty sponge, tapping it, and just smile and push the product in on top. Can you see how youthful, beautiful, skin-like it's going to look? And it's going to make your skin look very youthful. Okay? That's what you gotta do. That is the trick. Like, this week has taught me a lot about makeup. You'd think I would know, but I was like figuring out my products. I was figuring out what is suiting my skin, because the products that you used to use earlier with normal skin will not suit you when you have dry, problematic skin. So again, tap, tap, tap. I love blush, so I go crazy with blush. And then your nose. Never forget your nose. It has to tie in together. It's so freaking cute. I love this look. Like, it's one of those, you know, as you grow older, you gotta use lesser and lesser powder. Now for eyes, again, sticking to less stuff. I'm taking the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette right here. And I'm gonna stick to the neutral color. Okay, so I'm taking this neutral brown color. I'm picking up the PAC 113 brush. Okay, coming back to the dentist story, I have to tell you how I felt, okay? Okay, the clinic was called Make Me Smile Dental Clinic, in case anyone wanted to know. And there was Dr. Prasad Patil, who was actually the surgeon that was going to get my teeth out, in fact. And Dr. Vaishali, who was literally holding my hand for support. Okay, so painting a picture for you. So the first time they put the light on and they're like, okay, lay back now, we're ready to go. Are you ready? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. And when I laid back, I knew he was about to inject, and the thought of that freaked me out. So I sat up and I started having a full-blown panic attack. Full-blown. I remember for 7 minutes just breathing so heavily, you guys. Like, I never experienced a panic attack this bad. It's the first time, okay? And I started crying. My mom didn't record it because she was so nervous. She's like, holy shit, like what happened? I started crying, and I did not know why I was crying because I didn't want to cry. I was just a little bit nervous. But my body was telling me something else, right? And I was crying. I'm like, I don't know why I'm crying. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm crying. She's like, it's okay, breathe, take it easy. Because she's had her tooth removal as well, and she understands exactly what it feels like. So she's like, take your time, we're not gonna begin unless you're ready. Okay, take hours, but breathe, and we got this. I think it was like 5 to 7 minutes. I was just calming myself down. My breath became slower and slower. The tears were just pouring down my eyes because I was shit scared. My hand was cold. I was like, oh my god, am I getting this done? Am I not getting this done? Do I need to do this? Like, there was so much, like, everything was clouded in my head. And my breath started to calm down. My heart was beating out of my chest. Like, it was pounding. I could hear my heartbeat and I was like, what the hell is happening, right? And then I calmed down after like a few minutes. Okay, it took a while. And I was like, okay, I don't know why I'm crying. And then I just like, I was fine. And then I took a breather. I was like, I'll tell you when I'm ready. So take your time, you guys. Your doctors have to give you time. They cannot rush you into anything. If they have another appointment, say, well, I'll come again later. Don't feel like you have to be rushed into anything. Don't feel like you just have to do it because you said you would do it. You can walk out at any time, okay? Come back when you're ready. And I took my time. I was mentally preparing my head. I breathed. Remember to breathe. Take a deep breath. And then I was like, okay, I'm ready, right? And I held her hand, almost crushed it, poor thing. Like, I crushed her hand, okay? I was like, ooh, crushed her bones. Throughout the surgery, I did not leave her hand. They gave me my first injection. I felt discomfort, but I did not feel the needle. I could take it. And when I say I could take it, guys, I'm petrified of needles and injections. And I don't know how I get these tattoos. Like, it's just weird, okay? The thought of something going in my skin, like injecting it into my gums and my skin, freaks me out. And did the first injection. I was like, okay, not bad. I was like starting to get like numb. I was like, okay, I can't feel. She's like, can you feel it? They kept checking if I was okay and ready to go. And that is so important. I feel like your doctor needs to know if you're in the right mental state, if you can take this, if you're breathing okay. They ask me every time, are you ready? Can we do this? Can you feel it? Like, we need to know those questions, right? And you need to go to a doctor that gives you this. That is it. Okay, if you don't get the fluff, don't do it. Then began my surgery. But I needed to tell you that that moment of panic was not captured on my vlog, and it looked like everything seemed good, but I wanted to tell you that my mom was freaking out. She could not film that bit because I was legit... Yeah, it was horrible. It was a private moment. I feel like it was something that I needed to go through on my own. So you will or might have a panic attack and you wouldn't know it. But if your doctor is amazing, if you have support of your mother or whoever comes with you, you got this, okay? You got this and you can do it if I can do it. Injected me, they began the process, and my lower tooth, my gums had to be slit because it was a really big tooth. And they had to remove it, and I got stitches on my gums in the lower part, okay? And I did not feel the stitches. Now, when they take out the tooth, you will feel a slight, like you will feel the pressure, but no pain. It'll be like, I don't know how to explain it, but you will know when your tooth is being removed. No pain, but pressure. Like uneasiness, because of course there's something being done to your tooth. The upper one didn't take much time. The lower one took a lot of time because it was a bigger tooth. It took like 40 minutes. Usually these things don't take that much time. So just letting you know, it depends tooth to tooth, what your tooth is doing to you, you know. So yeah, that was my story. That was how I felt, and I'm telling you, take your freaking time. Nobody needs to force you into doing anything. And you should not feel pain. If you feel pain in the initial minutes, stop. Because you're not supposed to feel pain. In my experience, it was my first experience and I did not feel pain. And I read a lot of DMs where you guys were saying it was the most painful procedure for me, and I was like, what? Maybe you're not going to the right dentist, you know. It's typically not supposed to pain. So it took 40 minutes, and what I did is, the best tip I can give you, which Jake taught me, is to always blast your favorite playlist. Put on your headphones, your AirPods, whatever. Turn up the volume to full and play your playlist. Any playlist, just blast the music, because it distracts your mind and you're focusing on something else. Thank you, Jake. Best tip ever. And not only for this, wherever you're going. If you have surgery, if you are doing your tattoo, if anything that needs to be like a distraction, plug on your headphones and forget about it. When I did that, and you saw in the vlog, I was like, no, 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 no. I was literally humming the song because I was distracting myself. I was following the tune, and it was crazy. I was like, I don't care. I'm not embarrassed. I'm gonna do it because no judgment. She literally was like, no judgment here. Do whatever you want to do, and they made me feel so comfortable. And yeah, just blast your favorite playlist and forget about it. You'll be good. Trust me, you will be good. I'm using this burnt orange color. I'm gonna put the same orange on the outer corner just to bring in a little color. Whatever's your favorite eye color. And for mascara, I'm taking the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Mascara. So yeah, that is it, you guys. That's the story. Just these tips to remember. Make sure your dentist or the one you're going to is extremely warm and patient with you and allows you to feel whatever you want to feel judgment free. Second tip I would give you is blast the music. Okay, just blast your favorite TV show like Friends, 2.5 Men, whatever you want to play it on loud on your ears so that you get distracted. Thirdly, remember to breathe. You have to breathe. Like mostly I was just like, you know, like waiting for stuff to get done, and it's like, take a breath, you will be okay. Alright, for highlighter also, you don't want to play up the highlighter too much because your skin is dry, it's problematic. You don't want to call attention to dry skin by putting on more products that's gonna call for attention. So no shiny products, okay? Make sure if you want to apply highlighter, you can apply the lightest bit. I'm applying the BECCA Opal highlighter. This is the Shimmering Skin Perfector. And this is how it looks. It's beautiful. You can apply it like right here and just around here. Okay? Stay away from your cheek area if that's where your problem lies. Don't go very close there. Just here. That's it. Okay, stay clear of all these areas that you can call attention to with the highlighter. Okay? Just good glowy skin is all you need. Alright guys, so now that we're done with our face, it's time to move on to lips. I have a special announcement to make, and most of you already know it because you follow me on Instagram, but for all of you who don't know, let me make the announcement. So last year, Smashbox and I came out with a collaboration, which is this one right here. This was the Smashbox into Malvika Always On Mini Matte Duo, which had Driver's Seat, which is one of my actually my favorite shade of all time from Smashbox, and Stepping Out, which is a nude shade. So this was the kit that we came out with first, and it got completely sold out because you guys loved it and you made it a huge success, so thank you. But because it got sold out so fast, a lot of you were not able to get your hands on it, and I've been getting emails and DMs through the year asking for this lip kit back. So Smashbox and I got together once again and we came out with another collaboration, which is again a lip kit. Are you ready? This is the lip kit right here. This is a Smashbox into Malvika Always On Mini Matte Duo once again. So we definitely put Driver's Seat in, which is my favorite, and then we added Babe Alert, which is more of a pink color. So yeah, this is the kit this year. I cannot believe it. I'm holding this, which was last year, and I'm holding this year. Oh my goodness. So exciting, so honored, so grateful, so blessed, and it never gets old. Like, it's like, touch wood, you know. So yeah, this is my kit with Smashbox, and I'm gonna show you the colors right now. I'm gonna add Babe Alert. It's the pinky shade because you guys have seen me with Driver's Seat like a million times. So a little more information about this. This kit is going to be available from the 26th November to 30th November only on Nykaa, okay? Exclusively on Nykaa. And it's on their Pink Friday sale, so don't forget to grab it. And again, it's limited edition, so please, if you didn't get your hands on this one, we have this one that is launched, and it's beautiful colors. You're going to love it. Even if you mix the two, it's going to be a fab color. So I'm just going to put Babe Alert right now so you can see how beautiful this looks. Alright, so this is Babe Alert. And it's so beautiful. I think it goes so well with this look as well because it's very nice and pretty and it's gonna suit a lot of you. I am so stoked for you guys to get this. Please watch out for this. All the other details will be in the description box in case you want to get your hands on it. And I'm hoping that this is also going to be in all of your vanities because a lot of you missed it last time and you're not gonna miss it this time. I hope you're gonna get it. Of course, no pressure. I love you anyway. Your support means everything to me. One comment, one share, one repost, one like is also support to me. So that will never change, okay? Okay, so one more spritz of the Smashbox. Okay guys, so that's all I have for you. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Makeup and chit chat. I love you. I'm gonna go now, and if you get your hands on this, please make sure to tag me and tag Smashbox. I want to repost you. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. And for the first time, it's the Goof Broof. So I'm taking the I'm taking the my brain fart, complete brain fart. Thank you for sticking around. I love you, and I'm gonna shut up now. I should have shut up a long ago because the light has gone and lost its battery. Do you realize how much you talk?